What can £1 million get you in Glasgow? And also, what can £1 million get you in London? From the results, when we show you, they're going to be basically far in between. You're going to be wondering, why am I staying here or why am I staying there? And also why you can justify living in those certain cities despite paying that amount of money. Find out in this video. So these properties I'm going to show you that are currently listed on Rightmove. I'm sure they're being listed elsewhere in Zoopla, etc. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to go on Rightmove. So the first property actually is in London because that's probably a place most people go more towards because it's a huge financial hub, a lot of businesses, there's a lot of money moving around in London. There's a lot of people moving around in London and stuff. Not many smiles, bear in mind, in London, but if you're looking for money, London is the place to go. So the first property is a 3-bedroom flat with 2 bathrooms, and the size is at just over 1,000 square foot. So it's decent, not the biggest, but for £1 million, I would say the only reason why you would get that is because you're staying in London. But anyway, so it's located in Falconbrook Gardens, Canning Town, London E16. So you can see from the pictures, it's actually really nice. I mean, the kitchen looks really nice, white glossy. There's enough space for a tiny table. So, if you decide you want to smile or something, you can just look out the window, possibly review your life. Or if your life is going good, then definitely is good. But from the outside, it actually looks nice. I believe there's a concierge service. So you go in and it's secure, which a lot of properties in London actually are, despite uh, rumors about how London's dangerous, etc. It can be, but living in London is actually fairly secure as long as you keep yourself to yourself and mind your own business. So the living room is open plan. They've got a little area for lounging, and there's a lot of windows letting a lot of light into this property. And being sort of a flat is quite nice actually, because then one of the good things about London properties is that a lot of them, they have good views to look into the city. So you can maybe, depend on your location, you can look at the O2 Arena, you can look at the Shard, look at all of that. So it's very scenic and very nice from a city point of view. I would definitely live in London. I wouldn't mind actually. But so the bedrooms, they're not the biggest, and basically in London, there's not much real estate in terms of space that you can get, which is why a lot of the properties come at a premium. So you can see from the pictures, it's fairly decent. You've got a balcony, again, you can overlook. And in this particular property, actually, part of the reason I think is 1 million is you're basically looking at the O2 Arena. You can see a lot of other properties, and there's a lot of construction going on around London, which you see a lot of cranes doing stuff. So every time you go into London, or every time I go into London, there's new skyscrapers. So there's a lot of like I said, money moving around, a lot of activity in London. So it's a fairly nice place. It's a vibe, etc. And if you can afford to live there, then I'd say definitely why not. Now, on contrast to that, we'll have a look at the first property in Glasgow that's also for £1 million. Now, automatically, you're going from a 3-bedroom flat for £1 million, and that's probably even offers over £1 million, to effectively a 5-bedroom house with 4 bathrooms, and it's a no-brainer with this one. It all depends. I would rather just buy the house and then commute to London if I need to for the extra cash. But anyway, this one is currently going for offers of a 895. Probably talking maybe about 915 is the property value, and you can see this one is beautiful house, huge garage, huge windows letting in a lot of light, and the area is very much more secluded than in London. I mean, London, you pay £1 million, you come out your flat, and you're jumping in the same lift as your neighbor. You know, your neighbor's door is just across from you. It doesn't. I like more seclusion. So this one, you still see your neighbors, but you need to actually try hard to find them with this one. So with the house, You've got you've got your own driveway, you've got your own garage, you've got lawn, front and back gardens, which in London you don't really get. You don't have the luxury of having gardens. You might have a balcony. So on the inside of the house, as you get in, it's you've got glass, you've got the stairs, pretty much like a spiral. There's a lot going on in this house. And looking at the kitchen, I mean, this house still looks like it's a new build. Still, it doesn't have the flooring and etc. But imagine if you put a little bit of money into this house just to get it up, get the flooring, get everything. This will look amazing. I mean, I'll put tiles, definitely put tiles in this kitchen. I mean, if I'm buying a house for 900,000, roughly 900,000, I can afford tiles, you know. So the kitchen, they've got the falling down lamps, which is quite nice. They've got the second part of the kitchen. Is this the second? Yeah, the other half of the kitchen, which is like the lounging area, uh, heads towards the French doors, and then you've got your huge garden. I mean, you got a lot of land for this price, and that's like roughly about 200,000 less than the property in London. I mean, like I says, a lot of the things that hold the value of properties in London is the fact that it's London. You know, it's a lot more people would be driven more towards living in London than Glasgow because it has a lot more going up. But in time, I would say Glasgow is a much better investment in terms of properties because they're cheaper now and then property values always just go up anyway. And eventually, Glasgow would catch up to London. Just like Edinburgh is pretty much getting towards London prices. And we'll do Edinburgh on a different video. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd like to see, properties in Edinburgh versus another city in the UK or even anywhere else, another country. So the bathroom, full height tiles, everything, even the tiles matching the floor and the wall tiles matching. I mean, that's really nice. And again, this house is pretty much all in development, but you can see from the pictures that even the stairwell going up to the second floor, it's really nice. I love the glass all the way from the floor all the way up to the top of the house, so it lets in maximum light when you're just on the landing. And then the rooms, very big. One of the bedrooms, second bedroom, very big. It looks like it's finished to a high standard. You even have a walk-in closet, his and hers, walk-in closet, or basically just hers with his a little bit. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. So they also have a balcony, so overlooking your back garden, which is nice. Enough space that you can put a little chairs, table. You can even have breakfast outside, which is a nice thing. Just having breakfast on your balcony, and then you've got the bathroom is really nice. Full height tiles again, tiles matching, wall and floor matching. They've got a tub. All right, so you can get an idea of what you can get for up to £1 million with Glasgow with the first property. So with the second one I'm gonna go back to London, and this time it's actually a 4-bedroom semi-detached house in Chudley Road, Twickenham. So this is actually nice. I mean, it looks like a semi-detached, and for 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, freehold. And again, it says freehold in Scotland. Pretty much a lot of, if not all of the properties are freehold, which basically means that you own outright. You own the deeds of the property and the land that the property is situated on. Whereas in England and maybe in England in general, they're leaseholds. So basically, what that means is you actually don't own the land. Basically, you own it for maybe depending on how long the lease is, let's say 99 years, all right, because they expect that you're not going to live beyond 99 years. So after that, you hand it back. So someone else either owns it, whether the government or somebody else who owns the land. So they're just leasing it out to you, which is not really, if you've got kids and stuff, that's not something that's good for you, because you want to be able to pass it on to your kids. You don't want to pass on effectively rent to your kids. You want to be able to pass on something that you own. Yeah, you pay your inheritance tax or whatever you do, but nevertheless, you want to pass something on to your kids. So that's something to bear in mind. If you're looking for properties, make sure it's freehold. Well, we're looking for properties in the UK, make sure it's freehold, and if it's not freehold, then you can still decide what you want to do. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but it's just some advice that saves you potential headache down the road. But anyway, back to the property. So this one is freehold, which is good, semi-detached. And looking at the pictures from the outside, I like the bay windows. They're really, really nice. Getting in pretty much a 270-degree light coming into the house, which is good. And then if you have a look, I mean, you can see from the inside, it's nice. The ceilings look really nice, all white, little fireplace. And I just like the one lonely purple chair sitting in the corner, so that's something that you can just sit by, enjoy the light. If you're into knitting, if you don't like TVs or anything like that, you do what you want, or you could just leave it for the ghost to be sitting there. But so yeah, the second one. So this is another view. I like how you can go actually from the, what is this? Is this the living room? Yeah, 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 that looks like another room actually going into the kitchen, which is pretty cool. So you've got the doors letting you in. It's kind of like, I'll definitely modernize this house. I'm not sure what's going on with the green and all of that. And if this is your house and you're watching this video, no disrespect, but it's nice house. You need to sort that green out. So anyway, they've got the integrated microwave. That's nice, and then the door leading to the garden, which is actually a nice touch if you got a little garden, etc. Because especially as you get towards retirement age, you just take up gardening, or in general, gardening is actually quite fun. So they've got an upstairs. This looks like a loft conversion, and this is nice, very spacious. And they've got a little ensuite with a bathtub, which is nice actually, because if you're looking to rent this out, that would be good. You can rent each room out. Looks like it's maybe just possibly outside London, southwest or about west of London. Yeah, so it's pretty decent. It's just outside London, but close enough that you can easily get into the city center if you wanted to. If you want to get into the city center, enjoy the nightlife or enjoy the restaurant day life, there's a lot of activities in London. So that's what you'll get for £1 million in terms of a house in London. And generally speaking, if you're looking to get a house in London, you're going to be looking more outside the city center, because more inside the city center is more like apartments. Yeah, just apartments. So houses, you get more outside. The second property that you could get for £1 million in Glasgow is actually a 5-bedroom detached villa for sale in Mahal. I mean, you see the size of it. And Mahal, in terms of Glasgow, is actually a nice, very nice location. It's one of the upper end sought after locations in Glasgow. The houses there, they're already expensive. The location is already expensive. So in terms of investment, it's not really good, because you wouldn't appreciate that much, because you're already at pretty much the upper ceiling of value in prices for the houses. So if you're looking for somewhere just to live, etc., it's a really good one, and you're not too bothered about the appreciation of your house. It's a good one, and you already look from the first picture. I mean, the house is very big. Even looks like a wedding venue. If you're just traveling, maybe you're going away for a couple of months on business or something, you could definitely rent out the property as a wedding venue. I mean, the grounds is very nice. The front garden is huge. The side goes all the way around, and yeah, inside, I believe this is the living room. It's really spacious, really nice. You've made it when your couch is sitting in the middle of the room. and you still have a lot of space, a lot of windows letting in a lot of light. So if you're just using this as a lounge in it, and the second room is a lot of these houses, actually what you find with these big houses is there's a lot of lounging rooms, or they use a lot of the rooms as lounging areas. Because I believe at that point, if you get a house like that, you either have a big family, extended family, or immediate family, or maybe you have friends, or you like to host a lot. So they use a lot of the rooms as lounging, especially if you've got kids. You want certain rooms that are dedicated to just guests, and you want to keep clean all the time. And then you have rooms where the kids can be using, rooms where you use in general. But most of the time, there's rooms that are just you just lounging, and it's always clean, it's always spotless. And I believe this is one of the rooms. I mean, that feature wall is really nice with the fireplace. And a view from the kitchen, again, kitchen is very spacious. Looks like they've got a lot of pictures of the kitchen because they take pride in it. And the kitchen is one of the main selling points when you're looking to buy a house or looking to sell a house. If your kitchen looks nice, you've got a higher chance of selling the house, I think, in my opinion anyway. You've got a little utility room. Utility room is quite big, and interesting enough, they've actually got a fridge and freezer. Well, what looks like a fridge and freezer could just be a cupboard, but they've got that in the utility room, so they'll preserve more space in the actual kitchen. Ish, look at the stairwell. I mean, it's nice. It's like a grand stairwell, goes up either sides, and then they've got the chandelier. It's the kind of stuff I would do, like the house is kind of house I would get in all honesty, with a stairwell like this, even close to getting something like that a couple of years ago, but sadly got outbid. And it was when the property market was crazy in the UK. Like people were going maybe about up to 30-40% over asking price. Now that's ridiculous. I like houses, but I'm all about value, so that's nice. On either side, they've got yeah, from upstairs, the landing is really nice. Even got a place where you can lounge. And the bedrooms, very spacious. So, bathrooms, very spacious, his and hers, and it's outside, they've even got a champagne area on the balcony that you can have a drink. So they're giving you ideas what you can see. And also when you look out your neighbors, you just see nothing but big houses. Basically these are mansions, so, and this is less than, in fact not less than, this is 1 million. So possibly asking price offers over 1 million, because the way they do it in the UK is offers over. So whatever they put as the price, you need to offer over that. It's not the actual just price of that. You'd be lucky if you get it at that price. The house is very big. There's a lot going on in it. There's a lot of rooms. You could easily get lost. And it's something that you'd be like, people would even just take tours around your house just as inspiration for where they want to be in life. That's the kind of vibe that this house gives, because it's huge. People be like, whoa, you get a second look. Now, what I would do is, if I had 1 million to buy a house, or over 1 million to buy a house, I'll probably buy in Glasgow, like buy one of these big houses, especially with kids and stuff like that. Buy one of these big houses and then conduct business in London. If I was working in London or had business in London, I'd rather spend some money going to London for the weekend or for the week or a couple of weeks, work in London, then come back to my house, rather than working in London and then I go back and I'm staying in an apartment, etc. Apartments are great, in my opinion. They're great for investments, um, or if you're single and living, say, single man or woman, boy or girl, whatever, and you want to live in London, enjoy that nightlife, enjoy that sort of single life. But in terms of family, I wouldn't say London is the best for family, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and you got some knowledge and it helped you in some way. Maybe you were trying to see, okay, where am I going to live, London or Glasgow? Some of you might be in that position, most might not be, whichever one, but I hope it added value to your search and you can sort of gauge to see what you can actually get for your money, because it's all about value and all about what you're looking for in a property. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further content. And if this is the kind of content you want, because I'm thinking of bringing out a series, or we're thinking of bringing out a series on this channel where is what X amount of money can get you in certain locations. So doing comparisons, etc. So that way you can get an idea of, rah, I can get this. And even in London, even though it's expensive, but you saw four bedroom house for like 1 million or less than 1 million. So you can get a lot of value for your money in London. It's not just all about 50 million pound apartments or 50 million. No, so let us know in the comments below what your favorite feature of the house is, what your favorite location is, and what you liked about these houses. Let us know in the comments below. Like the video, let us know this is the kind of content that you like to see, and we'll definitely continue bringing out content like this, possibly, like I said, a series. Start off in the UK, we can even do in Dubai, we can do in China, we can do it even Russia, wherever you want, because there's a lot of properties in a lot of places, and you can get a lot of nice places and a lot of nice properties in places you wouldn't necessarily have thought of. So that's where we'll put in the work to get the videos out to you. But anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you in the next video.